Hey everybody, I'm Jesse, and welcome to another edition of Gen X Thinks. And today I have Leik Gullichsen out of Norway. And so everybody give him a big welcome. And we're just going to talk about Norwegian culture and American culture and some different things. But first of all, Leik has this idea of a thing called Ivote, and he's told me about it a couple of times, and I just wanted to give him the opportunity to explain it in some detail and give everybody an idea of what it's about. So can you explain that to us, Leik, what Ivote is and what it's supposed to, what its purpose is supposed to be?
Yeah, sure. First of all, it's an idea about democracy doesn't work. This system we call democracy doesn't work. So I had this idea about an app. Put very simply, any case that interests you, any political thing that's going up for a vote, lower or higher levels, doesn't matter. It's publicly available. So if you link an app to all these cases, you could put it on your phone and vote. Nobody cares about everything, but everybody cares about something, right? So I put this thing together that connects the app with the official records, and and I use this blockchain system to make it anonymous, first of all. I'll try to... In short, you get paid to vote.
Oh, okay.
And that's the whole idea. Because every time you go into the app, you have to solve a quiz before you get to vote. So not just any idiot can vote on any subject. You have to know what you're voting about, get all the information. But all the information is a massive pile of information, written for bureaucrats and lawyers and stuff. So if we use AI to dumb it down, then it's easier to get through all the this and that. And so you get to make up your own opinion based on the information you get, in addition to forums and that kind of stuff, so everybody can talk about all this stuff they want to do.
Okay.
There's a lot of technical issues about this this app, sign NDAs and so on, so I have to be a little bit careful.
All right.
Yeah, so...
Now, can you tell us, you said you get paid to vote. Is there going to be a cryptocurrency connected to this this voting system and on this blockchain?
Yeah, that's the whole idea.
Okay.
Now crypto is mined. You get the computer to do all these calculations, and you get the kind of reward. With my system, you don't have to do that. You can call it a kind of a crypto light. It's what's the English word? POS, I think, part of. Yeah, never mind. I forgot.
No problem.
The system is made with crypto that is anonymous. You get this crypto wallet when you sign in. You sign in with your name and some kind of ID, face recognition, fingerprint, something. and of course a password. When you're in the app, you get the wallet. Digital wallet. This digital wallet is yours. Every money or cryptocurrency that get into your wallet has your name on it. You see? It's all your money. Nobody can steal your money because every money has your name on it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. When you do a transaction, if you're going to pay me, I don't get anything but more money in my account. No receipt, no tracking, no nothing. To keep the anonymity, to keep us as close as cash as possible.
Okay.
And yes, this opens up for criminals and so on, but we cannot ban cash. This is just an alternative. And
well, criminals are going to figure out how to do their thing no matter what we come up with. They're criminals are going to do criminal stuff.
Yeah, of course they are. So my idea is to create this parallel democracy. First of all, just to have something to measure against. In Norway, every media tells, people means this or people means that, but it doesn't mean squat because it's 300 people and they're already made a deal and so on. But if we can get the voices of the majority of the people in real time, in every case, then we don't need politicians, we don't need bureaucracy, we don't need all this bullshit. We can do it anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, you have all these things that matters to you, right? And all this other stuff that you don't care about at all, right?
Yes.
Same with me. I care about a lot of stuff, and some I don't care at all.
Yeah.
But if we all vote on what matters, we get somewhere. Yeah. And if we get paid to engage in voting, spreading good ideas, just trying to help out people, it's not that difficult. And you get paid in this cryptocurrency, then you can vote your way out of poverty, in principle. And of course, it's just an idea, it's just a thought, but all the technology is there, it's doable.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. We could, over here in the United States, we're a constitutional republic, which, you probably already understand, but we've got a constitution that is the overall law of the land, and then any other stuff we vote on cannot contradict that constitution. So, I mean, that would play into your app would play right into that perfectly. Any voting we did it just could not contradict our constitution. But otherwise, we pass some laws and elect some leaders democratically, even though technically we're not a democracy. How does Norway's government differ from ours? And you probably pay attention to our politics over here with Trump and all this stuff. Is your political arena over there as messy as ours?
No, it's not, because in Norway we have this Labour Party, who's the major party, and they have been since World War II.
Oh, okay.
The Labour Party is closely tied to the National Union, LO, and yeah. So they have the majority of the people. The majority of the people are members. So to call it a democracy, no, that's wrong.
Now, the one party has been in charge over there since World War II. Doesn't that worry you? Worry the citizens over there that one party has just total control over there?
No, that's not completely true. We have this other side that's, they call it the right, but they're left. I don't know how to put it. They're just different shades of the same thing.
Yeah.
So Norway has very stable politics.
Okay.
Sometimes, and for a few years, some other get to run the ship, but nothing really matters. And Norwegians are very proud. We are very proud of democracy, and we were among the first in the world to do this. But the problem remains the same. We still just get to elect the selected. I cannot, of course, I can be a politician, but it will take a lifetime. In Norway, you have a heritage. It's a kind of strange system, but it still works. Norway is a great place, no doubt about it. But it could be better. We could get a real democracy. Your vote could actually mean something. Things could actually be done so much faster, so much easier, and so much cheaper. If we are going to fix the road behind me, let's just say it's a pothole. I could do that myself. I could talk with some of the neighbors who have the right equipment, and we can fix it. Yeah, no problem. But of course, it's not that easy. You have to send an email to some stupid guy somewhere who talks to someone, and the whole thing takes 6 months, and the pothole just gets bigger. Get my point?
Yeah, it's the same thing over here.
Yeah, but it's the same thing for just about everything. And I don't say we have to make an app and change the world. No, we just tweak it a little bit. Because all these bureaucrats and politicians and so on are going to lose their jobs anyway, because AI is taking much of the paper pushing. That's the right term.
Yes, it is.
And if that's the trend, and more people are getting unemployed or replaced or something, we have to do something. We cannot just sit and watch sports or something. We humans need to use our mind. And most of the people I know are very politically engaged, but from the couch or in the kitchen or by the bar, everybody is very political. They mean something and they got the right solution. But it never gets anywhere. If politics is, if wiping was as easy as just swiping right or left or whatever, people would actually do it. And if they get paid to do it, of course they will. So
convenience is a slippery slope. Everybody wants something convenient now. They want it to happen easy and fast. They don't want to take a lot of time to engage and interact with something. And that's great, but in that convenience, in the acquisition of that convenience, we lose a lot. And a lot of people are unaware of what they've lost, or maybe the younger people have never had it to begin with. So, yeah, convenience. I think convenience is going to be the downfall of society.
No, not necessarily. The young people are very, very politically active, even in Norway. And we've been that age ourselves. So we know in a certain age, you're the king of the world. You know everything. Everybody else is stupid. You understand the whole system. No problem. So I'm going to color my hair blue and, and I see the problem with letting all this not so well-informed people to letting them vote. But that's why there's a quiz.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you don't know the subject, stay out of it. And
So what's the voting age over there in Norway?
18.
18 too? Okay. So same as here.
Yeah. And that's not a problem, let them vote. But they think that it's a democracy. They think that it matters. But because of the political system, it doesn't matter. Some years ago, we had a minister of justice from this not so very big political party called the left, but they're actually a bit right. They got this minister post with I think about 6% of the votes. That's 94% against you, and you still get the minister point. That's not right.
No.
But of course, the politicians said, "Oh, just the system and blah 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 blah." But I don't agree. In a democracy, I think that the biggest party should take charge, then take the second biggest party until you get 50% or more. But that is still an old-fashioned way to do it. I still think an app, a digital solution, a real-time solution is the thing. Yes, it's populistic and so on, and there are things that you cannot solve in that matter, but most of the things, absolutely. So, yeah.
We have the same kind of thing over here in the U.S. It seems like to me like they want to build up technology and promote it when it makes them money or something like that, or takes our freedom away, or takes something from us. But if it would take freedom away from, or power away from the establishment, from the government, then they want to stay with the old antiquated stuff. They don't want to update, and give us more freedom and more power in our lives and in our government. So they're hesitant to, to bring something like Ivote into prominence because they would lose power.
Absolutely.
So they want to stay with the old way when we could easily, I don't know if you've been keeping up with Doge and all this stuff, but we've been sending trillions of dollars in all these crazy things. We could have spent that money on something like Ivote and implemented it here and changed the face of America and given a lot of people a voice and a vote who never had one, American citizens. So yeah, I know what you're talking about there. The establishment, they want to stay locked in old ways where it benefits them.
Yeah, we had that problem in Norway too. When I got this idea together, I was trying to get some financial support and technical support. And we have this thing called Innovation Norway. If you have a good idea, come to us and we'll help you, and so on and so on. So get in touch with them, but you got two big problems. First of all, what you're saying, nothing that's against the establishment. Oh, not good. And when you say the word cryptocurrency in Norway, they all just run away. Because if I get an app and I get an investor that says, okay, I get you $1 million because I think this look good and it's probably worth 10 millions. This is just numbers, okay? Then the Norwegian government says, 10 millions? We want tax for that. But I don't have the money yet. Doesn't matter. You're taxed for 10 millions. So,
are you serious?
Yeah. This is why rich people leave Norway. You don't get taxed for what you actually got. You got taxed for what you could have had.
Yeah, they were talking about implementing a tax like that here in America last year or the year before.
If you want to
it didn't go through.
If you want to kill all new things
Mm-hmm.
and get everybody with money to run away. Sure. But no. And of course, taxation is a big problem in Norway. They keep telling us we are this rich oil nation. We have fantastically much money. We all kind of things all around the world. But there are a lot of really poor Norwegians.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really mean it. Like, don't have a meal every day. But we keep getting told that, yeah, we're the best country in the world and we have all this money. But if we had all this money, why do they keep taking my money?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 40% tax? Come on.
That's similar to what's going on over here. If they keep telling you how rich Norway is, well, what are they spending all that money on if it's not on the Norwegian citizens?
No, they are. We have this welfare fund, so they put the money inside for future generations. Kind of a good idea, seems to be. But how about fixing the country first?
Mm-hmm.
But of course, there's a lot of problems because Norway has this high living standard. A lot of people from poor countries think that this is paradise. So,
yes.
Yeah, so they come here, and by all means, you're welcome. But it's cold, it's expensive, and it's raining all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's snowing. And we Norwegians we're not very warm people. We keep our distance. We don't talk to strangers if we don't have to. If there are 3 Norwegians on the bus, there is one in the back, one in the middle, and one in the front. But with all this money, we cannot be a welfare office for the rest of the world.
Yeah.
I see that. And most Norwegians don't want our capital to build in gold buildings or something stupid.
Mm-hmm.
But the last numbers was between $300,000 and $500,000 per Norwegian in savings.
Okay.
But this is just fantasy money. It doesn't really make sense.
Do you have an immigration problem in Norway like the rest of, I'm not going to say the rest, but a lot of Western civilization like we had here before Trump got in office? They were just pouring across, like millions of immigrants pouring across our borders. They've got a problem with it in England and Germany and other places. I think even Australia over there, probably South Africa too, as far as I know. But do you have a problem like that in Norway? Are you just being flooded with immigration, or is it more of a trickle?
It's more of a trickle from Sweden.
Okay.
Sweden have a gang problem. Very, very young youth, 12, 13, 14-year-olds shooting each other.
Oh, really?
Yeah, some stupid shit. I don't have the statistics, but we have at least 1 or 2 stabbings each day and 1 shooting each week. But mostly in capital city and urban areas. And it's a problem. Yeah, of course it's a problem. But with a war on the European continent, you got a lot of weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, young guys on drugs with weapons. Yeah, you get.
Yeah.
But I don't no, not the immigration problem. As I said, we're too far north. It's not a pleasant place to be.
Okay. All right. Now, what about, you just mentioned drugs. Do you have a big drug problem in Norway? We have we call it the opioid epidemic over here. I mean, we've got millions of people just dying over here from drug overdoses, fentanyl come across our border. What's that like over there?
Uh, I don't think we have that problem yet.
No?
I hear England is starting, London is starting to get a problem.
Ah,
Spreads, but not yet. But sure, we're going to get there. And come on, we're one of the richest countries in the world. Of course, the drugs are more expensive here than any place in the world. So if you're a drug lord or something, of course, this is a attractive market. But there are not a lot of clients.
oh, all right. Well, that's good.
Yeah. The total population of Norway is 5.5 million people. And that's what an average Norwegian American town.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So, but as I said, it's a okay country and gets me time to think.
Yeah. Well, that's important.
And come up with this ideas. I think the idea about Ivote as an app, I have all the paperwork, what's it called, white paper and so on. I need investors, but this is an idea that's gonna get out there anyway, in some shape or form. If not my idea.
Do you have a website or something where people can go to support this and check it out?
Not yet.
Okay.
I come across as a bit coherent because the language issue and so on. But I got a video on my YouTube page that explains something. If some of you are interested, you find me on LinkedIn with more information and contact information and so on. So
if you email me those links after this, I'll post them in the video description when I post this video. I'll put all those links in there so they're easy to find and viewers can just go right to your channel and your LinkedIn.
Yeah, thank you. That would be.
You're welcome.
It's just a hope to contribute to make things a little bit easier. Yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, that would be nice. Of course, I could turn the other way and say, "Oh, I got this great idea, and I'm gonna make $100 million or blah blah blah." That's not interesting. The part that's interesting is to get this out there.
Mm-hmm.
Prove my point. Not prove my point, but prove the point that majority of people is something different than what the media tells you. And
yes,
and we got this strange situation where they're dividing us. You're left or you're right or up or down.
Oh yeah, that's very, very prominent here in America. They divide us up in so many different ways and keep us fighting against each other and angry at each other for all these different reasons.
Yeah. In Norway, it's pretty easy. If you're content with the situation and everything is okay, then you're left Labour Party. If you want to change, you're right.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. If everybody who wants change, it's right wing. Doesn't make sense, but okay.
Yeah.
As long as they can divide us, come on. I'm neither. I'm not left or right or anything. I try to get my information from every channel and make up my own mind. Come on, I'm just another guy. I don't rule the world, so it doesn't matter. But For me, it does. I want to understand. But yeah,
Yeah, I believe most of us are in that center. If you really looked at it, the biggest majority of the population in all of Western civilization, we're in the center, and we might have some ideas that are on the right or or the left or whatever, but most of us are in the center. We're just common sense people that just want to live our lives with as much freedom as possible without anybody messing with us, telling us what to do or robbing us through taxes. So I think that's where most people honestly are. But they get us upset at each other here in the United States with these hot topic ideas like abortion or race or transgender stuff, you know what I mean? And they get us divided and then arguing over that.
yeah. And that's the whole plan, I think, to keep us divided. This whole divide and conquer, we all heard it. But
Yeah.
we don't think about it, unfortunately. But we need to do. We absolutely need to. Because, as you say, most of all just want to be left alone.
Yeah.
We want to do our thing. It's not that difficult. But the media keeps telling us that you have to do this, or you have to mean that, or if you say that, oh. But, yeah, we need an app where everybody can speak their mind. So we can, it will be more fair.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, of course, you get, what's it called, dictatorship of the majority. But even that's better than the solution we got today.
No, I agree. Well, here in the U.S., it's a little different. That would be kind of difficult to do because of term limits and the way our government's set up in a constitutional republic. We're trying to get, because we have some representatives in Congress and stuff with no term limits, and they can just stay up there for life. We're trying to even get that taken away, so they have, they can only be up there for 8 years or something. So that would be nice. But do you is Donald Trump and our political stuff, is that on TV in Norway very much?
Oh yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's full of it, and none of it is positive about Trump.
Oh, really?
Yeah, none of it. Every politician, every newspaper, every media house is through Zelensky, and this Trump guy is nuts, and blah blah blah. Nobody sees the picture. I get kind of scared about it because I watched the interview, and my impression was the US president keeps saying, we want peace. Just stop the war. Just stop killing people. And this other guy who's representing the country says, no, I want guarantees.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Okay, 2,000 people in average is getting killed every day. 2,000 for the 2,000 people who died today, it doesn't matter at all. For the 2,000 who can live tomorrow, oh, it's a world of difference. So anything that just stop them killing each other. This is going to get solved by a table with rich guys drinking champagne. Anyhow, so stop killing people. It's not a hard thing, and the Zelensky has said no. No.
Well, if Zelensky had to go on the front line and dodge bullets, he'd have a completely different opinion of the situation. He'd be even more for ending the war than Trump is if he had to fight. But he doesn't have to fight, so other people are going to die, so it's no big deal to him.
None of these guys are going to fight anyway, but
yeah.
And to me, it doesn't matter. And I think for the soldiers and for the people and so on, it doesn't matter as long as the killing stops.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it's just senseless. And it's just an old-fashioned way to do things. Just like the democracy we have. We need a new solution. Hey, with my app, we didn't have to go to war. We can just vote no.
These leaders could figure out another way to settle these differences. They could literally play a computer game or something, simulate the war online, and then just abide by the rules. Whoever wins, wins. You know what I mean? They don't have to send real people over there to fight. They can do it online and just simulate it.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Unnecessary. Yeah. But we still know it too. We keep supporting the war with sending them better and better weapons so they can kill more and more people. Yes, I know the people are the Russians and they are the enemy, but that's just for now. Tomorrow they're friends again. So, but in the Norwegian media, Trump is definitely the bad guy.
Yeah, that's crazy because it was us, United States citizens, the majority of us who elected him. And he's doing what we elected him to do. We wanted him to stop funding that and to bring that to a halt if he could. We wanted him to, clean up the federal government and stop all this wasteful spending. All these things that he's doing are things that we wanted him to do, the people that he's representing. So every time they say something negative about him and what he's doing, they're saying, that negative thing is actually said about us and what we want for our country and the world going forward into the future. We don't want war. We don't want, wasteful spending and all this crazy stuff that our government has been doing for the last several decades. And we spoke up and we did something about it. And now, and it's the same thing with our media over here. They want to, paint Trump as some kind of racist and misogynist and warmongering liar and all this. And he's the only one who's tried to stop this thing. But they paint him as a warmonger and a dictator and all this. It's completely insane what the media does. But it's completely logical when you realize that the deep state over here in America has been paying our media hundreds of millions of dollars to put out that narrative that, Trump is the bad guy and all this stuff because, they make profit from these wars. So they don't want these wars to stop. They don't have to fight them, but they get a kickback. When they send money over there, they send a chunk of it back to the politician that sent it. So
yeah, it's all about the money. It's all about corruption and
exactly,
leverage. All this dirt they have on each other. We need another system. We need a simple we need a simple app. We get paid to stop this shit.
Oh, I totally agree, and it's got to start somewhere.
Yeah, it's got to start somewhere.
Everything we have now started somewhere with some small thing, and it caught on, and it became big and changed the world. So you never know.
No, all I can do is, as I said, all I can do is hope. And I understand that I come across as incoherent and so on, but I got this.
No, I just need the right people. Is really good. I was actually surprised the first time we talked. Your English is good. I don't have any problem understanding you.
Yeah, thank you. English is taught from, I think, first grade.
Oh, really? You learn English in school?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. We all do. I think that's a good thing. Because it's the most used language. But we Norwegians are, we're strange people and we got this pride. So if I speak English, there should be no doubt about that I am Norwegian.
No, there's no doubt.
But hey, as long as we understand each other, it's great.
You know, one thing when I started this channel, I was actually surprised that, and my ignorance in this is surprising in itself, but I had no idea that the Generation X was throughout Western civilization. I thought it was just in America. I thought it was an American thing. I honestly did. I didn't realize that Norwegians considered themselves Gen X.
Oh, we didn't before you came.
Oh, really?
But of course, we share a lot of the same history. But Norway was a few years behind the US. So music and all that stuff that was great in the US hit Norway 3, 4, 5 years later.
Okay.
So with the toys and the games and all this stuff, and that's why I think that's why we have this glorified image of America among Norwegian.
Okay.
We got this. Most of it, I can't talk for myself. We got this Americana image. We just, long straight roads, big V8 engines. Diners, cheeseburgers.
Yep. That's true. Yeah.
So, and there's still a very strong culture for this stuff in Norway, and old American cars and all this diners built in 50s. Yeah, it's a cool thing. It's not a political thing. It's more of a remain of an American dream.
Yeah. Now, did you watch all the movies? You probably see us talk about them a lot in the comments, like Red Dawn and The Predator and The Terminator and all those movies. Have you seen all those movies?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. I saw Red Dawn made a big impression on me. I saw it just a year or two before I went in the army for a year.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, so we was waiting for the communists to come and so on. But when I was in the army, it was 91, I think. Russia had.
When I went in was 91.
Yeah, Russia had collapsed. There was no enemies there.
Yeah.
That's okay. That all changed.
What about They Live? Have you seen that one? The one where the guy puts on sunglasses and he can see all the...
Yeah, but that's a documentary, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm beginning to think so, yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's been cool to realize that America shares so much of our culture with other countries, because we're separated in a lot of ways by oceans, physically and in other ways. Like you said, it takes a few years for American culture to get over there and vice versa. Yeah,
but a lot of Norwegians went to America for 100 years ago. Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course, we discovered America 1,000 years ago, but we didn't manage to occupy it. But 100 years ago, a lot of Norwegians left for America. My family too. And since then, we have this. We have to keep an eye on you. You're kind of like our grandchildren or something. So yeah, it's a funny situation. You're in this great nation with this small country, but still, these Americans, we have to.
Yeah, I really like your Norwegian history, you know, the Viking era and all that. Yeah, I've watched that TV show Vikings and movies, The Northman. I watched that not too long ago. But yeah, I've always been really interested in your history and how that your culture spread out throughout all of Western civilization, pretty much.
Yeah, it's still a very important part of our heritage, of course. But this TV shows with all this plastic Vikings, I see a lot of it on internet. Every second guy with a beard thinks he's a Viking.
Yeah.
Nope, you're not. Dress up like one, but okay. But I think it's a good thing because Vikings were, first of all, explorers.
Mm-hmm.
And that roots deep in Norwegians, the exploring. North Pole,
Okay.
South Pole, South Pole, Easter Island, Americas. Hey, we discovered it all.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
that's something to be proud of.
Yeah, we seems to be, yeah, we're still proud of it.
It's
I don't know.
amazing to me that back then the Norwegians they designed ships that could cross the ocean, but were shallow enough to go up rivers way deep up into countries upstream, up the river, but could still cross an ocean with that same boat. Way
Yeah.
back then.
Yeah, but back in those days, building a boat was craftsmanship.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, not just you just don't pick any tree and build a boat. You walk around in the forest, you find the right tree with the right shape to make the right thing. So you get this
Okay.
ship that is long, shallow, and it bends. And that's the whole part of it. If you're going to cross a big ocean, you need the ship to bend. And you need
Okay.
every part of it to be custom grown.
Mm-hmm.
And nowadays, you don't build ships like that, do you? You just
No.
press a few buttons and some Polish
They're
guy
probably
can weld it.
3D printed now.
Yeah. And this craftsmanship, these skills, like you, building this tiny house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's not the part of us that's gonna get lost because of technology. These are human skills.
Mm-hmm.
This is something just a human can do.
Yeah.
With all the little human errors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We call those little human errors character over here.
Yeah.
That's got a lot of character. Those weren't mistakes. That's just character I put in there.
Yeah, of course.
So we over here in the U.S. we've got a tiny house movement. A lot of people are getting these tiny houses. Is that happening over there in Norway?
No.
No.
No. You got a few small green communities.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this vegan kind of, with the tiny houses and so on, but mostly no.
Okay.
Most Norwegian lives in apartments or villas.
Oh, okay.
This tiny, no, not so much, but who can tell?
I think it started out over here as kind of a smaller vegan, that kind of person with the tiny house, but it's spread out, and a lot of people are getting them now. They don't, of all different kinds of I don't know what you would call it, cultures or whatever, different situations. It's more spread out now than just that little like vegan cult.
Oh, I see a lot of them, and this is maybe some trend from Japan, where everything is very small and compact. But yeah, I don't know if this is a thing for Norway. Northern Norway, it's impossible because it's just going to be away.
Okay.
And middle of Norway, it's gonna disappear under the snow. And in southern Norway, there's not a lot. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
But if I like your build, maybe I'll try someday. Looks like an interesting project. Is this the sort of thing you usually do?
Excuse me?
To build tiny houses and buildings, is this your profession?
No, I'm what we call over here a handyman. We just, I just fix stuff a lot. I'll do some plumbing or some electrical or some carpentry or whatever. And just one of my customers had this, it was building this for his mother. And he just, he asked me if I would help, and he wanted to hire me to basically build it. It's just his idea and his plan, and I'm just doing the physical part of it.
Oh.
So yeah, no, I've never built one before. This is my first one, but I've done all of the different things, the different parts of it, I've done it all at different times, and I've got a lot of experience in it, but I've never just put all these different things together to build a tiny house before. I've built a lot of houses, in masonry and carpentry. I've built houses, but never a tiny house on a trailer like this before.
Oh. Looks like an interesting project. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. I'm going to learn a lot.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it.
Yeah. Yeah, those are my favorite kind of projects, where I get to learn on top of, making something, creating something, where I can stand back at the end of the day and see progress and see how I've changed the world and learned stuff on top of it. So those are my favorite kind of projects.
Yeah, and that's the essential lesson in life, I think. That's the purpose in life. That's to learn.
Yes, I believe so too.
What you learn, it's up to you. But come on, learn something. Learn something every day. Mm-hmm. It's not that difficult. It's a lot of things to learn.
And I believe that's a lot of that has gone away in the advent of technology. Is that, when you're doing something physical, whether it's building a birdhouse or a doghouse or a person's home or whatever, at the end of the day, you can see progress, and you can see what what you did that day, and you can end the day satisfied knowing, what you've done. When you're at a computer all day just typing away, you don't get that sense of fulfillment at the end of the day.
No, that's true. And I personally don't understand how people can have that kind of job. Yeah, I'm like you. I have to see what I'm doing. Yeah, and that's the problem with developing this app. I don't physically see what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. I have to keep all the pictures up here, and there's not a lot of space. But yeah. So, and I understand you're what's it called in American? Angler?
Excuse me?
Right? You're in Norway, we just call it a fisher, but in US you call it an angler?
Oh yeah, fisherman, fishing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we call it's in some angling or angler. That's more of like in literary, like, when you write a book, you call them an angler or something. But in just conversation, we say fisherman.
Okay. Yeah, right. Because in Norway, a fisherman is somebody who's got a boat and out on the sea fishing. If you're just fishing somewhere, you're a sports fisherman. But that's not correct either, because a sports fisherman is actually doing casting and not fishing. Strange thing. Never mind. Well,
Is that it?
yeah, I think that's it.
Well, that was a hell of a good conversation. I really enjoyed it, Leik. I appreciate you taking the time to come hang out with us.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. It was very, very nice conversation.
As soon as you get a link or somewhere where we can get you some support, please share that with me, and I'll get the word out, and we'll try to get you some support for Ivote.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Thank you. I'll send you the links as soon as I get off this.
Okay. All
So-
right, Leik.
Yes, bye-bye, Jesse.
Have a good one. Nice talking to you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye-bye.
And that was Leik Gullichsen, a new friend out of Norway, our first conversation. I thought that was pretty interesting. I hope you all enjoyed it and found it as interesting as I did. And I'll leave you there with that. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, and comment. If you'd like to support the channel by becoming a member, I'll leave that link down in the description. Or you can head over to the channel page and become a member that way. If you'd like to support the channel directly, you can do so by clicking on that super thanks button down there. Or you can head over to Buy Me a Cup of Coffee and buy me a cup of coffee. I appreciate those of you who do that. Thank you very much. If you're interested in Gen X gear, we got some pretty cool stuff over there at Redbubble. T-shirts, coffee mugs, stickers, hoodies, all kinds of cool stuff. Gen X Thinks and Gen X branded stuff. But I'll leave that link down in the description as well. If you can't or don't want to support the channel in any of those ways, you can always do so by sharing these videos on your social media. That helps out a lot. Thank you very much to those of you who do that. I sincerely appreciate it. If you have any ideas for future episodes of Gen X Thinks, please put those down in the comments. Or you can email us, and the email is genxthinks@gmail.com. And as always, stay frosty, Gen X, and I'll see you on the next one.